many years I've wondered why I'm spending so much time on pretty much everything. I had a feeling that what I was doing was somehow wrong or rather ineffective. I mean, have you felt that you're so busy keeping up with your life, just can't get anything done? Do you find yourself in the position that you just putting things away and you just don't have enough time to do it all? I'll share you with a real example from my life. When I was in university, 3 months before graduation, I had to start writing my graduate work diploma. And you know how it goes, you write the title and you think that you're halfway through, you even start celebrating. But after flushing down the toilet so much free time on playing video games and hanging out with friends, I eventually found myself working a whole week at night so I could barely finish this in time and defend it successfully afterwards. At that time, I was learning from my mistakes and I was inefficient with my time management. It was December of 2013 when I bought 2 books called Time Management and Pareto Principle. Now, I'm not going to talk about the first one because a lot of people have been doing that for years, decades, but instead I will give you some insights about the second one. When I first read this book, it just blew my mind with just all this new information that now I'm going to share this with you. So, basically, Pareto Principle is the observation, not law, that most things in life are not distributed evenly. That in any given situation, 20% of the inputs or outputs are responsible for 80% of the outcomes or results. For example, Sir Isaac Pitman, the inventor of stenography, found out that 75% of our everyday speech consists of 700 of most commonly used words. Pitman showed that these 700 words, with all these derivatives, makes up for 80% of our lexicon. There are more examples. For example, people wear around 20% of their clothes 80% of the time. Or 20% of the customers are responsible for 80% of the company's profit. Or the richest 20% of the humans have 80% of this world's income. But let's not consider that this 80-20 formula is absolutely precise and universal. This ratio between inputs and outputs can be 70-30, 80-1, 90-1. But nevertheless, the chances are that 50% of the causes are responsible for 50% of the results are very rare. Now, everything I've said so far is only an observation, and you might ask, how can I benefit from it in real life? That's a good question. In my life, I've noticed so many 80-20 ratios, and generally they relate to my core competencies and passions. I used to have a lot of hobbies, and I used to like them a lot, but I didn't have time for all of them. So I separated the ones that I really liked and tried to spend my time at something else. The same applies to your everyday work. You have to do important stuff first, prioritize your tasks, and don't forget about the little things that you can do first, because if you start piling them away, they will pile up like a big mountain, and that's when you start stressing out, yelling at your colleagues, feeling nervous and exhausted after work. In truth, and this is a sad fact, most people in the world work jobs they don't like, and only truly live their passions on weekends and outside of working hours. Only a small sample actually live their passions day in and day out, how they want to and when they want to. So if you want to be one of those specials, so you can live your passions on your terms, there are a few things that you can do. The first thing you must decide, and this is often the hardest step, you have to determine what it is exactly you have passion for. Some people can answer this question pretty easily. They will say, I want to be a famous actor, singer, poet, you name it. Others may have a general idea like, I don't want to punch a clock for somebody, or I want to run a business. But the specifics are not sorted yet. So if you're not sure what your real passions are, all I can suggest is to test yourself. It's usually easy to determine easily determine what it is you don't like. So keep doing that until you find what it is you do like. The biggest factor that stops most people from chasing their dreams and working towards their goals is the fear. The fear of lack of security, the reduced paycheck, of the unknown future keeps people locked into routines that are not satisfying. And this path often leads to sadness, depression, low income, poor health, and ultimately an early death. Who wants that? So don't let fear be the reason for not achieving your dreams. You have to find out the activities that produce the most result for you and your business, and put your energy where the big rewards are. Knowing this simple principle will help you a lot, because life is full of unnecessary busy work and distractions. And how much better would your life be if you could spend less time in doing what needs to be done and doing things that really matter to you? Thank you.